Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about one of the very important JavaScript interview question. It's a very basic interview question, but it's one of the tricky one. So this is totally related to hoisting. If you see this piece of code, the function having name a, inside that function having a variable name a, value with 20, and we are trying to log this particular value of a into the console. Now again line number 8 we are declaring one variable with the same name a, and now we are trying to again log out that particular variable a on the console. So any idea what would be the output of this piece of code? Let's run this. 10. Why the output of this code is 10? To understand this, you need to understand first how hoisting works. So here if you see this function line number 4, this is hoisted, but in the case of function both declaration and the definition both are hoisted. Now again you come to line number 8, you have again a variable with name a. This is so all those variables which are declared by using var keyword are also hoisted, but only the declaration is hoisted, not the initialization. But why even both are hoisted, then why here at the line number 9 it is printing the value of this variable line number 8? Why it is not printing the body of the function? Why it is taking the priority over here? So this concept where if you see at the line number 9, since function is declared before this variable, but still it is printing the value 10, and by printing this it shows that it is giving the priority to this particular variable line number 8 over the function. This concept or this behavior of JavaScript, this behavior is called variable shadowing. Let's put this over here. Again the output would be 10. So this is related to hoisting, I understand, but this behavior of JavaScript is called variable shadowing, and this happens only if you declare a variable with var keyword. If you add let keyword over here, it will throw the syntax error. Why? Because you already have a variable with name a, and again you cannot use the same name to declare a function. So here identifier a is already been declared, and you are trying to use the same identifier to declare a function, which will result in an error. But in terms of, or in case of var keyword declaration, the scenario is totally different. And why it is happening so, I'll explain you by this particular diagram. Whenever JavaScript scans the code, it creates an execution context, and inside that execution context it creates one variable environment to store the variables and functions. But in case of var keyword, let's say if a variable declared by var keyword having the same name as the function declaration, like this piece of code. So here when both are having the same name, then the variable which are declared by using var keyword takes the priority, or you can say that is processed before the function. And that is why When you access that identifier with the name a, you get the value of that variable which is declared by var keyword. But that function declaration is there in this variable environment, but not with the same name. That is overwritten by that variable, and that is why you are seeing this output. Let's say if you try to access the function by calling it will give you an error because there is no function with this name. It has already been overwritten by this variable. This variable value has overwritten the function declaration. It means the function is there in this variable environment, but the identifier is not a anymore for that particular function. That identifier is pointing to the variable, and that is why you are seeing that this error, and this is why this particular part of code will display the value 10. This is one of very it's a confusing behavior of JavaScript. When they designed initially, they made it like this. This is not proper. I mean, they need to change it, but I'm not sure. Maybe they are not changing this behavior because it is too complicated to change, because they have already developed so many features and it is so old behavior. They are not planning to make some drastic changes and create some another issues. Maybe that could be the reason that ECMA is not being changed for this. But this is one of the very important and confusing JavaScript questions, which is which I mean, you sometimes you can make guess that hey, it will print 10, but interview will ask why is this so, why is why the variable declaration is taking priority over the function in case of var keyword. So you need to explain in this way. I hope you understood this. If you find any query or any concerns, please put that into the comment box. Thank you.